calculating global payroll ROI. So, what are the main factors that you need to be looking at? Looking at what you have today. I mean, we speak to many organizations that haven't necessarily turned over every stone that's required in really understanding, what do those stones look like? Well, you've got to look at your people costs. How many people are touching payroll throughout the globe? How much of their time is spent? Is that their core business? Is it just a factor that this general manager that looks after 15 employees in a country is part of his job? Does he really understand payroll? Is that a risk to your business? Is that a risk to your people? Looking at what systems you have in play today. Where's your core HR data coming from? You may have SAP, PeopleSoft. You may be looking at reviewing a new HR system. So that's a longer term strategy. Are you using templates? Have you grown at such a fast pace that you've got multiple different processes around the globe today, and that's fragmented? How do you control that and gain visibility? And the main factor is obviously looking at your supplier costs today as well. Now, from a global payroll perspective, what we're able to do is we're able to take away a number of those pain points. But you also need to look at where the value is for the business long term. So are you going to be looking at an automated process? Are you looking at standardization? Are you looking just to reduce your costs? There's got to be a number of factors that are driving this project. Is it reliability and cost? Or is it a global strategy to gain more control to allow you to make better decisions as an organization, but also give you peace of mind that all aspects in relation to payroll are being covered? And is the provider that you're going to be working with your long-term strategy as an organization as well? So let me just give you an example of where we gave an organization a large return on investment. This organization had 6,000 employees across multiple locations. They had many fragmented approaches, but they utilized PeopleSoft as their sort of core HR master data source. Yet they hadn't quite built out the functionality in capturing all data requirements per country. So it was just holding master data. What they also had is they had 15 employees that were touching this payroll, with the equivalent of 15 full-time employees across the globe. Now, by utilizing a global payroll provider like ourselves, the organization saw a return on investment of 5 full-time employees. Now, the advantages of why they were able to achieve that was through automation, utilizing some of the platforms that they had today, and standardizing the processes where they didn't have the HR system in play. One of the other factors for that organization was also the ideal comfort. The fact that they were able to get visibility to make strategic decisions, but also gave them peace of mind that they had an organization that was monitoring and managing their compliance, legislation and regulations, but also giving them the advice where they required support with legislation changes, regulation changes, because they didn't feel that they were able to gain that from their in-house solution today. And for that organization, that's why they selected an organization like us, because they saw not just the value in monetary terms, but the value outside of that as well, which was peace of mind.